Welcome to Wine Time.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
Where two moms will pour a drink,
Espresso, wine, cocktail, who knows,
and tell you stories
or complain
about moms. You will get the good,
inspirational, uplifting, encouraging,
the badass,
we all know a badass mom,
and the crime.
Moms who have committed them and or survived them.
This is
Wine Time. The good,
the badass,
and the crime.
It's
what is it they say? The
High School Musical one I'm doing right
now.
Ashley Tisdale. I love it. Hello. What's up?
Hello. Welcome to Wine Time.
Wine Time. And that's it. There it is. Over and out. Peace out. That was it. That's today's episode, folks. So I'm feeling all of the ways right now. Every single way you could feel. Because, drumroll please, I start my new job tomorrow. Whoop, 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 whoop. Surprise
it's so exciting.
To everybody that doesn't know, your girl got a new job. I've already started technically, but I start in person tomorrow as a child care assistant teacher. Woo, 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 out of college. And that's all you need to know about it. Ba-da-ba, shh. But I'm excited.
So
I'm
excited.
so excited. So it's very whoop, 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 whoop. But at the same time, my excitement is always met with other feelings of nerves. That's pretty much it. I'm like, that's
just
pretty much
nerves.
it.
The nerves. No, for sure.
Just being like overwhelmed of like, do I have everything that I need done? Oh, I should get a car wash. My car should be clean. Did I do all the laundry? Have I done this? Is this done? So it's just like, there's been so much on my brain, but I'm excited. It's awesome.
Sure.
And that's my update. That is all I have to say.
I'm so excited for you.
All that's been on my mind. Thanks, girl. Thanks, girl.
I love it. I love it so much. Like, it just gives me, it's so crazy, right? Because when you told me, and I was like 9 months pregnant, so I was a hormonal mess, that you were moving to Kentucky, I bawled, but I was so happy. Right? Like, right. It was a happy ball because I knew, like, first I knew, okay, it means, like, it's going to be harder. Happy ball. It's going to be harder to see you. But at the same time, I felt was what was meant to happen in your life. And then it's so funny because the way that worked out, I actually talk to you way more fucking now than we did when we lived an hour away from each other.
Yeah.
Because of this wonderful podcast. And now you're starting like this new job, and again, like I'm a happy baller, and it just makes me so happy because I feel I'm happy balling because I feel like everything is just clicking in your life, and it just it's wonderful to see, and I'm so happy.
Thanks, girl. It feels good. It feels good. I'm also a happy baller because I be crying. I be crying. Should we just sing the whole episode?
We should just sing the entire episode.
It feels good. It's very exciting. I think that once I moved here, I was like, why not just change everything about everything? Like, what the hell? Apparently I'm really good at it. Not. But yeah, it's exciting. I'll let you guys know how it goes next week. Because when you guys listen to this, I'll be deep into that week. Deep in. Oh, that's what she said. But anyways, as you can tell, I'm just feeling it. So it's I'm high on life right now. And I'm loving it.
Yes.
So there's that. What's up with you, my love?
I have been struggling a little bit. Not gonna lie. I have been dealing with some stuff. But I took some time yesterday. I called out of work in the morning. I said, I need my morning. And I went and I got myself a massage. I got myself a facial. I spent way too much money on some like skincare products that they had there, and I was like, fuck it. And in that in that time, I was feeling so good, so great. The afternoon, I ran into some more like not so great, but like I just keep reminding myself, like, look, like try to take yourself back to that massage. I haven't had a facial in years, and it was so relaxing. It was so just like my esthetician was like the best, and so it really made me feel very good. So I think I'm just gonna try to keep my head in that space. Yeah. That way, you know, just remind yourself of your self-care, exactly like you said. And then I think the other thing, and this is true, like when I'm having a hard time, I have been able to talk to some just amazing people in my life. You guys don't know this because we only pressed record 5 minutes ago, but I spent the last like 20 minutes telling Rachel
what are you talking about?
How my drama. Oh, fuck, an hour.
Felt like 20 because it's awesome.
Drama.
Yeah.
And then just like how, you know, like venting to your people, and Rachel and just some other amazing people in my life who I can go to when I'm feeling stressed, and that is so important. It's so important. Right. So I'm in a better headspace today, and I feel a lot better. And good. We're gonna make this happen.
Yes. Make it happen. Make it happen. Yeah. Yeah, we need that. We need that. So any of you guys that are going through something right now and you're keeping it in and you're pushing it down, or, you know, trying to rationalize or internalize or whatever, figure it out on your own, go talk to someone you trust, someone you love, and let them
call
one
of us up. Shit. We'll have to
listen.
We are happy to listen.
Dude, I'm a good listener.
You really
are. But then
you're the best.
I do talk a lot too. So I'll like let you talk, and then I'm all of a sudden like, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I think you should be doing, and this is what I feel like you're doing wrong, even though you think it's the other person, and this is what I think they're doing wrong, and it is their fault, and da 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 da.
No, but it's very
I have so much to say.
It's very always constructive. Like that's why I really do enjoy talking to you and like explaining to you like what it is, because you always come back, and the way that you view things too is like I don't want to say you play devil's advocate, but you do say like, look at it from this perspective, and it's obviously like very, very helpful to do that, so you can get, because like I've been sitting with these feelings, so like I'm thinking about it from my perspective, but like talking to someone else who's willing to say like, hey, look at it from this perspective, it's incredibly helpful. So make sure you have people like Rachel in your life who will listen to you and then also help you look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah, and like Heather. And now you do. You have both of us in your lives, so you're welcome. And reach out. Reach out.
Yeah.
It's not good. If you hold on to things, they pile on top. You gotta resolve it to move forward. You gotta resolve it to move forward into your great
Can you do the entire episode in that accent? My God, that was gold.
I don't even know what that was, but there's not a chance in hell that that's going to happen. And yeah, today's kind of a more serious episode, so I am not going to be doing accents.
But I am really excited about this episode. I think we briefly mentioned this one when I was running through like all the different like kind of badass mom crime things. Yeah. So I'm super excited about this because I don't know. I think I've listened to like one podcast about it, but I don't know a lot about it. So I am very excited to hear everything you have about it. But before we do, you'll be very proud of me.
Do it. Tell me. Drinking. Show me. Give it to me.
Woo! I am drinking. So it's like the last day before this eggnog that I bought for the Holla Thinkmas episode is going to go like bad. So I was like, I'm going to do some eggnog. And then I added in a coffee because it's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then I added in a little splishy splash of some rum chata because that stuff is also bomb.
It's just,
so
you know what?
I'm feeling it.
It's a breath of fresh air to hear you say something other than your Grecian liqueur, which I love you having every single day of your life. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, I didn't know that you had other options.
I didn't either. I totally forgot it was down there. I was looking in, like, my, like, where I keep all my alcohols, and a rum chata bottle is small. Like, I don't have the big, I have, like, just the small bottle. And so I'm looking, I was like, well, I don't want to do wine. I don't want to do my Grecian coffee thing. And then I was like, oh, what's this? This is rum chata! Throw that in there! So I was very excited. And now, probably for the next month, whenever we record, I will be drinking some variation of rum chata.
Woo, woo, woo. I like it. I like it. So cheers to that. I am actually not drinking right now. Which is funny because you might think it's because of what our topic is today, but it's not. It's just, I'm just not. There is no explanation for it. But when I first logged on an hour and 20 minutes ago, I did have a coffee. I had went to Starbucks. So it was so funny because I was like, oh, I'm going to bring my Starbucks cup and be like, oh, I'm drinking coffee. Because they're like holiday drinks are out now. So I got their sugar cookie almond milk iced latte, and it was delicious.
That sounds bomb.
It was delicious. I can only do something like that.
Is it like super sweet though?
Yes. So I'm like, it's very rare that I would ever want something like that, but I was like, let me go get one while I was out taking care of some business. Business. It's business time. Do you remember that? You got business.
Oh my God. My business sucks. I swear. What, like, there was like a whole summer that's all we fucking said to each other. My business sucks. Oh my God.
I will still sing that. Like, and this is a shout out to my mother. I gotta, let me shout out to my mother real quick. Can somebody please remove these cutleries from my knees, please? I'm gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Oh my. Okay.
Oh,
Light of the Concord.
I just got brought back. Guys. Like,
here we go.
I just got like brought back so hard to like, I swear, because I think that was the summer where I spent like, I don't even know how long at your house, because like I was like, I'm not staying up at my parents' house in Sacramento by myself, and I was like down at your house. I don't even. For a long time. Yeah. And the business thought, oh man.
It's business.
Oh, good time.
Yeah. So I had that coffee originally, but that was done. So now I have soda. And that's that.
You know what would probably be very good in that coffee?
What?
Rum chata.
Why did I not know you were going to say that? I was thinking, oh, should I go put some in? Whatever you're about to say, like, oh, should I make a drink now that we're talking about it? That's funny. Well, I mean, next time, when we record next time, maybe you'll have it.
I think I will.
I think I will. With that said, cheers to you. I like,
cheers.
I like having my cup with you. I'm trying to pick it up, but I'm looking at the screen, so I wasn't watching. Cheers, boo. Beep, 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 beep. Cheers, everybody who's listening. If you guys are partaking as well, happy Tuesday to you lovely listeners, and happy cheers, yo, drink. Cheers, yo, drink. But like I said a little bit ago, today's topic is more on the serious side. I hope I do justice for it. Of course, I'm over here trying to make the font bigger for my blind self. I do that.
I feel like you do a very good job with the serious ones, because you're very good with your research and like finding those facts, and so, like, I think you're going to do amazing.
Thanks, boo. Yeah, and like she said a couple minutes ago, she touched on this topic during the crime documentaries episode briefly, and that is, I've had it kind of on the back burner. I've known that we were going to do an episode. I didn't know which one of us was going to cover it, and here I am. So you're welcome. Today's topic is very serious. And, you know, I know here at Wine Time, we tend to like to have a good time, which we still will. But I need to say right now, this episode is meant to educate, to give insight, to bring light to the severity and the seriousness that this issue has all over the world. And I hope that as you guys listen to this, you take in the information and make the choice and the promise to yourself, to your loved ones, to your children, your friends, your dog, whoever, to be like, to never be one of the numbers that I'm about to talk about.
Right. Yes.
Which, in a way, unfortunately, if other people make bad choices, bad things can still happen. So that way.
Right.
But when it comes to the actual drunk driving numbers, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, so today we are going to get into the topic of drunk and drugged driving. And the reason ultimately that I came up with this episode, first, like I said, Heather had mentioned MAD in a previous episode. And one of our amazing listeners, Diane, had asked for an inspirational mom episode. And the mom I'm going to talk about in this story is just that. But before I get into her and her role, I'm going to talk about numbers with you guys. I just looked up like, oh my God, are we recording? I was like, I would have been so fast.
Yes, we are.
Drunk driving statistics for 2021. Drunk driving poses a danger to everyone, but it doesn't affect all the drivers equally. The key demographic factors that increase the potential danger include, the first one is age. So 27% of drivers involved in a fatal DUI crash were between 21 and 24 years old. And then 25% were between the ages of 25 and 34. Which is so sad. I mean, all of it is sad. But it's like, those are your years when you think about it. Like, those are the years that you should be making all of the good decisions, all of the decisions to, like, better your future, you know? And unfortunately, a lot can change if you make bad choices. Gender, 80% of drunk driving fatalities were males.
Yeah.
God. Location-wise, which, I mean, more people, more numbers, obviously, but California and Florida have the most drunk driving fatalities, while Alaska, Rhode Island, and Vermont have the fewest. In 2018, 36,835 people in the U.S. lost their lives in drunk driving accidents, a total fatality rate of 1.13 per 100 million vehicle miles. So that's how they do their numbers, is by the million vehicle miles. 2018, 36,835 people. During COVID, 2020, so I will say, I don't know if I have this in my notes later, the number was going down. It was going down. It was going down. And you would think that because of COVID and people staying in, that the numbers would go down. But they didn't. And as I'm looking at my paper now, I say that. So here we go again. During the height of the 2020 lockdowns, the traffic decreased to record low levels, right? People were not out, which would naturally suggest a related decrease in drunk driving fatalities. Unfortunately, statistics from 2020 reveal something surprising. Drunk driving fatalities increased by almost 5% from the previous year, 2019. Drunk driving is measured, like I said, by the 100 million vehicle miles. In 2020, the fatality rate was 1.34, which is, like I said, 5% over 2019's rating. It's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like it. Effects of drunk driving. The major dangers of drunk driving are death and serious injury to both the intoxicated driver and others on the road. However, those are not the only possible consequences. Drunk drivers face serious legal penalties, ranging from significant fees to time behind bars. How to prevent drunk driving? Don't do it, I guess, is the first thing I'll say. Drunk driving reduction focuses on twin pillars of education and legal penalties. Fortunately, many easy and affordable alternatives to drunk driving exist, such as ordering a rideshare or spending a night in a hotel. Additionally, parents should begin drunk driving education when their children are young, ideally even before they start driving. Education should emphasize how driving is a serious responsibility and any lapse in judgment can have lifelong consequences. You know, but despite an overall trend downward in fatalities, last year's statistics present a sobering reminder that drunk driving remains a serious problem across the entire country. But we're going to get into this organization that it's a big deal. And unfortunately, most of the time when you see, or I shouldn't say most of the time because I really don't know the numbers on that, but a lot of the things that I've looked into or a lot of the things that I've found, things are created, these programs, these organizations, unfortunately because of something tragic that had happened, right? So this program, MAD, that we are talking about today, was created because of that. So on a sunny California afternoon in 1980, 13-year-old Carrie Leitner was walking to a carnival when she was hit and killed by a driver who'd been on a bender. Carrie's grieving mom, Candy Leitner, learned that the driver was a repeat offender who'd just been bailed out of jail for a previous drunken hit and run. Police also told Candy that the driver was unlikely to face much jail time because courts usually went easy on drunk drivers. Driving after a few drinks wasn't a big deal in the 80s, apparently. Believed her daughter was the victim of a socially acceptable form of homicide. Vowing to change the system, Leitner quit her real estate job to form Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MAD, which is why we're here today. She worked tirelessly, lobbying to change laws and speaking out publicly to call attention to the suffering caused by drunk driving. Like I said, it's people who go through these kind of things that make huge differences. If I was her, I didn't say I know, but I feel like I would want to hide in my room forever. I just lost my child, you know? And I couldn't imagine what she was going through. And instead of that, she goes out and she takes what she went through, her loss, to try to help other people. And that's what we need. And it's amazing. That's beautiful. And this program, like I said, she created this. 1980 is when she lost her daughter. And she quit her job and she created this. And it's 2022, my friends. That's a long time coming. And it is still around, bigger and better than ever, trying to make differences. And it does. Okay, sorry. Back to the story, though. So as Candy changed public opinion, laws were changed as well. States across the nation implemented stiffer penalties for drunk driving, including mandatory jail time for repeat offenders in California. Many states changed the legal drinking age from 18 to 21, and sobriety checkpoints were introduced. Partygoers who went out to drink began to make sure that they had designated drivers, which was like a token term that they had came up with, and that they had a safe ride home. Leitner left MAD in 1985, so she wasn't there very long, but she was that opening door. She created this and got this going, and it has been going strong ever since. Like I said, but she didn't leave before she had made sure that the nation would no longer shrug off the fatalities caused by drunk drivers, which has dropped by about 40% from
That's
the
amazing.
back then numbers, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said. So early on in MAD's creation, another grieving mother joined right beside Candy. This mother was Cindy. A year earlier, Cindy had her 5-month-old daughter, Laura, or both of them, sorry, Cindy and her 5-month-old daughter, Laura, were hit head-on by a repeat drunk driver. Cindy was seriously injured, while Laura became the nation's youngest quadriplegic.
Oh my God.
And the first face of injured victims representing hundreds of thousands of others. This feisty blue-eyed girl who loved to dance in her electric wheelchair ended up dying at age 6 from the complications due to her extensive injuries. But Cindy was just another mother who jumped on board that was there and decided to make a difference. The first mission statement from MAD was to aid the victims of crimes performed by individuals driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, to aid the families of such victims, and to increase public awareness of the problem of drinking and drugged driving. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. They went through something that, like I said, I would have shut down, and they chose to rise up and be a voice, be an advocate, be someone who wanted to make a difference, which is beautiful. So now I'm going to kind of give a timeline, my timeline, from back then. And obviously I can't cover every single thing that they've done, because that would be, we could do a whole podcast on what they have done. But I'm
like
just going to
40 years worth of amazingness that they've done.
I'm going to touch on some stuff though. So, I mean, with that said, I want it to be very clear that all of it is important. Every single thing that Matt has done or did is a big deal, but I'm just going to highlight a few of them right now. So in 1982, President Ronald Reagan created the Presidential Commission on Drunk Driving on April 14th, 1982. MAD was a member of the commission. In 1983, a movie aired on NBC called The Candy Lightner Story. So you guys can see that. That's out there for people to see, and that's her story on, obviously, her daughter and how she started this and created MAD. 1985, MAD moved from the term accident, or they moved for the term accident to be removed from any of the drinking or drugged driving, because they are car crashes, not car accidents. It was a choice to drive, not an accident to drive. That's a big deal.
Yeah. That's an important distinction to make, because when you say it's an accident, you're saying that the driver, it was the driver isn't somehow at fault. Like when you say accident, but the truth of the matter is, like you said, the driver made the choice. So the driver is at fault. It's not an accident by the driver.
It takes the responsibility out of the person, and that's not fair. Then the year after, in 86, was the earliest known time where the phrase designated driver came into play. The phrase was to plan accordingly and to have a DD if you were planning on drinking in any way, which is one of my biggest, make sure you have a DD if you are doing that. Another thing that they started in 1986, Project Red Ribbon, known today as Tie One On for Safety, was launched in 1986. MAD's longest-running public awareness campaign. The public is asked to tie a red ribbon to a visible place on their vehicle as a pledge to never drink and drive and to remind others to do the same. MAD distributes more than 300,000 red ribbons between Thanksgiving and New Year's every single year.
So that's coming up, people.
You want to do? Yeah, I was like, if that's something you want to do, now's the time. You can definitely do it. In 1988, the nation experienced the worst drunk driving crash in U.S. history when a drunk driver hit a school bus head-on filled with mostly children on their way home from a church outing. Whew, it's so hard to read sometimes. The bus burst into flames, killing 24 children and 3 adults, and 34 others were seriously injured.
Oh my God.
All because of a choice that was made. Sorry, sometimes I gotta breathe. In 1990, sobriety checkpoints are upheld as constitutional by the Supreme Court. And for all of you guys that are out there posting, oh, there's a checkpoint on, J in Division, stop posting that. let it happen. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just don't freaking drink and drive, and then don't worry about the checkpoint. Like, or get a DD who can go through the checkpoint. Like, that's...
I would say, I will say, like, as a, what'd you call me earlier, devil's advocate, I did appreciate seeing those on Facebook back in the day, because I'd be like, oh, I gotta avoid that just because I don't want to deal with I'm not
traffic.
Drinking. You know, I just don't want to go that way because I don't want to get caught up in it.
Yeah,
So maybe that's the reason people post it.
Let's hope that it comes from a place
hope.
like that where they're trying to avoid traffic. Let's hope that's where it's come from.
Right. So a lot of other things happened over the next couple years, but the next thing, President Bill Clinton signs federal law lowering the legal drunk driving limit to 0.08% on October 23rd of 2000. MAD begins integrating the term survivor in its vocabulary, which can represent injury survivors, as well as allow victims to self-identify what stage of the healing process that they are in. As a result,
I love that.
MAD Victim Services releases a new tagline, helping survivor survive. In addition, MAD launches a new toll-free 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP. It's beautiful. Like I said, every single year, it's like, what else can we do? What else can we do to just continue to fight for lower death rates, more resources, more options, all of that. Another thing, Matt announces a new partnership with the NFL in 2010 with a game day program asking fans to designate a non-drinking driver, starting with just 2 teams. Today, 14 teams participate, generating hundreds of thousands of fans pledging to play the most valuable position, the designated driver. 2013, MAD releases Power of Youth, a new school-based program for high school teens to influence each other not to drink under 21 and never get in a car with a drinking driver.
Right.
2013. That's a big year. I'll get more to that later. In 2013 also, 10,076 people are killed due to drunk driving, a 55% drop in deaths.
Wow.
55% drop in deaths since MAD was founded in 1980. That's a big deal.
That's amazing.
That's a big deal. That is amazing. I love hearing that. I love it. It should be down to way less than that, so let's keep it going. Launched in 2015, the private victim Facebook group grew to over 2,500 members. This private group offers an avenue for many new victims to reach out to MAD for the first time and allows victims and survivors a supportive and safe online forum to connect, share, and seek support. In 2020, MAD celebrated 40 years of fighting to end drunk and drug driving, and by this time, their victim served number was 883,462. That's huge. It's huge.
That's amazing.
Alex Audie is announced as the youngest MAD national president. Audie's family came to MAD in 2010 when she was 13 years old, after she was severely injured by an intoxicated boat operator, a victim of the situation, a survivor, and someone who decided to make a difference. So she is actually the current MAD national president, which is awesome that she unfortunately experienced what she experienced.
Right.
But again, you take your circumstance and you choose life and you choose to fight and you choose to help. And it's beautiful. 2021, MAD embarks first of its kind partnership with Anheuser-Busch and Uber to raise awareness for the dangers of drinking and driving with the national campaign, Don't Drink and Drive, Decide to Ride. I feel like we just need to post signs everywhere with that. Don't drink and drive, decide to ride. It's so easy nowadays.
It really is. Like, literally at your fingertips, different rideshare programs. Like, so easy to just click it.
Yeah. So that's some of the timeline of MAD and why they started, where they came from, things that they have done along the way. Just making a difference, offering help to those in need while pushing and fighting to implement laws and offer resources for families and individuals in need. So currently, like I said, the national president of MAD is Alex. Alex, her family came to MAD in 2010, not long after a drunk driver forever changed Alex's young life when she was run over by an intoxicated boat operator 2 days before the July 4th holiday. I'll get more into that in a little bit. But in the years immediately following the crash, Alex was involved with MAD as a volunteer, attending annual Walk Like MAD events and connecting with students in high schools across central Kentucky. Although Alex was only 13 years old at the time of her crash, she soon dedicated her life to ensuring that there will come a day when no other child is forced to face such a tragedy. I can't speak. It's so
I know.
hard
I'm dying right now.
Sorry. People are badasses. I'm sorry. Okay, everybody.
And for
okay.
like a 13-year-old kid, like,
to have the wherewithal to
just say like, oh wow,
which breaks my heart in such a way, because it's like, and I can't speak.
She should be being a kid.
Exactly.
Like,
she
should be
taken
and, like, obviously
from that.
Yeah, like obviously she, like we've been saying, she took something so shitty that happened and she's using it to not only better her own life and better other people's, but at the same time you're 13, like you shouldn't even have to be worrying about. You should be being a kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
you were
God.
robbed of your childhood, of your teenage years in a sense. But I feel like, like you said, she had to grow up very quickly after that, and she's amazing. So that's amazing. And, most of the presidents up until Alex most of them, I won't say all of them, were mothers who had lost children, mothers who had their child experience this, whether they survived or didn't. And now for a survivor to be taking that role and still just continuously fighting for just to implement and to change and to put things into effect. It's beautiful and amazing. And I love her. So she ain't a mom, but she's totally on point for I have to tell you guys all about her. So she's a big deal. I love it.
For sure.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about her? Because I know you were waiting for me to.
No, I'm just trying not to cry.
Oh.
I'm just trying not to cry.
Okay. Hang in there, girl. Hang in there. Now, with all of that information, I wanted to tell you how you could possibly make a difference. Number one, the easiest one, don't drink and drive.
Right.
Do not drive under the influence. Number two, tell your loved ones every day how much you love them. How much, remind them every day how much you love them, because that's a huge thing that people need to hear more. And then they would also make better decisions and stuff like this, right? So remind them how much you love them and tell them also, please don't drink and drive. You can also tell your friends and family to call you if they ever need a ride. Remember how easy and accessible it is to get a ride nowadays. There's literally no excuse. Take an Uber. Like I said earlier, Matt had partnered with them. There's ride, there's taxis, walk, whatever it is. You don't need to get behind the wheel if you have been drinking.
Right.
A big one, plan ahead. If you're going out, have a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Have your DD, have your designated driver, or have your ride figured out. Mm-hmm. It's easy to do. It's hard to do in the moment when you are drinking. You don't make the best decisions.
Right.
So if you have the game plan before you go out, you're eliminating the what am I going to do? Or the, oh shit, I drank too much, or whatever the other reasons might be that are stupid reasons. But have a plan. It eliminates the majority of the problems.
And with all of that, MAD also offers a lot of ways to help and be involved as well, which I will be linking all of this information in the show notes, as well as posting information on our socials. But here's a couple things. Donating, that's easy. They have all the ways to donate on their website. Twice a year during Crime Victims' Rights Week in April, and also during the week of Thanksgiving, MAD hosts special online candlelight tributes. During those times, this webpage will allow participants to light a candle in honor of themselves if they were injured or a loved one. Wow. If you're looking to create an online tribute, that will be live all year round. Please visit the victim or survivor tributes and memorial page on the MAD website. Fundraising is another way to do it. This is your chance. You can do something about drunk and drug driving. Fundraising is critical for our work to eliminate drunk and drugged driving, and every dollar counts. All the money you raise will stay in your community to stop the tragedy caused by this 100% preventable crime on our roadways. You can also pledge. So during another thing in the fundraising, you can pledge your birthday, host a bake sale, run a marathon, host a party. There's so many ways that you can create a fundraiser to benefit this organization. You can also join MAD's legacy of extraordinary activists, saving lives and preventing injuries since 1980. Whether you're interested in volunteering a couple times a year or a couple times a week, there is a place for you at Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And then another thing you can do is shop on their website. They do have, different merchandise that you can buy, and those proceeds go towards helping financially, money-wise. Another thing that you can do is you can do a walk. They have a thing called Walk Like Mad, and they have different walks all over the place that you can sign up for and make a difference. And because I love you guys, I found that there is one in Ventura County.
Nice. Okay.
March 18th of next year. So I'm going to post that. And all of you California people need to go. A week ago, there was one here that I could have attended.
No way, you just missed
out.
it.
That would have been awesome. Yes, I did just miss it. So that sucks. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe it was more than a week ago. It was October 22nd. So a bummer, but I will be keeping an eye out for the future because I would love to, do that. But those are just some of the ways that you can choose to help make a difference in this organization. It's a big deal. It's amazing. I love that. But that's pretty much a wrap on the history. That's a wrap on why it started, how it started, a lot of the information about MAD, all of that. But it's not a wrap on MAD itself, because I have one more part, and Heather doesn't know about it. We are going to actually have an interview with Alex Audie on our podcast.
What?
Yes, ma'am, we are. We got the national president coming on Wine Time, baby doll.
No.
Today.
Rachel!
I talked to her today. I
I
have to get back on
we're
and
going
tell
to try to reach out, but I didn't think anything happened.
It wasn't even from that. It wasn't from that. No.
What was it from?
I had reached out. So I had reached out to MAD like weeks ago. And I hadn't heard back from like their support, like their contact us team or whatever. So I just wrote her. I added her on Facebook. I said, how did I get a hold of Heidi? I wrote actually on Instagram 3 hours ago. And she said, heck yeah, let's do it.
Is that why you told me not to look at my phone? Oh my God!
Because the conversation's on our page, so you'll be able to go look at it now. But I wrote her, and I was like, oh my gosh, why not?
That is so amazing.
So we are gonna have her on Wine Time.
Oh my
God. I gotta keep reaching out because
that's
exciting.
I mean, it's so awesome. Well, and I think it makes sense because the things we try to cover are things that people just want to spread awareness about in general, right? So, okay. Well, you're amazing. That's some crazy stuff. I'm really glad that you were like, I'm going to get Heather on the podcast because that was awesome. We're literally going to have to decrease my volume on that because I know like I probably just blew a speaker.
Well, so look forward to that. It's really exciting. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. She's an inspiration, and I'm looking forward to you guys hearing it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And like I said 100 times, I just can't wait. So stay tuned. It'll be coming out sometime this week. I don't know. Normally we do Thursday. Maybe I'll do it whenever I want to. So just stay posted, and that little bonus episode interview will be coming out very soon. But until then,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Until then, you guys know where to find us. I hope you guys really like this episode. You know, we like to talk about obviously the good, the bad, and the good, the badass, and the crime. And like Rachel said, this has it all. So make sure you guys go online, go wherever you listen to your podcast, and leave a rating, a review. Let us know how you like the episodes, how you like the whole podcast. And then if you have anything you want to let us know elsewhere, you know where to find us: Instagram, TikTok, wine_time_pod, or hit us up on our Gmail. winetimemoms@gmail.com. We want to hear it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We want to hear it all because we love it, and we love all of the interaction. All right. We'll talk to you guys whenever we talk to you, whenever the bonus comes out. Until then, love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
See ya. Peace out.